The Pennsylvania Association for Justice is currently 57 years old. Originated back in 1968, and we are a statewide trial lawyer association. It was born out of necessity, the necessity to have voices from all around the Commonwealth centralized.
If there was one message that I got when I had a chance to meet a lot of the founders and talk to the core group who really built this organization over the years, it's that the association was really built as a machine to defend the practice area and the needs of our clients. It's an association that doesn't just sit back and play defense and try and prevent bad things from happening, but that we have been a force to help enact positive legislation, positive changes in the common law, positive changes in the electorate to provide a safer community as well as a more fair and robust environment in the Commonwealth.
I believe this, and I believe this earnestly, that the organization has been able to preserve rights to jury trial, preserve rights to recovery on behalf of our clients, and actually a platform for justice, so that people really can believe that there is justice in the system, because the other side just wants it to be just us, not justice.
There have been many efforts over the years to limit claims, whether it was in product liability cases, medical malpractice cases, or auto cases. The only ones standing uniformly against those things are members of Pennsylvania Association for Justice, period.
PAJ really is involved in all aspects of the civil justice system, not only what goes on in courts, but what happens legislatively, what happens politically. We're really the premier organization, I would argue, not only across the Commonwealth, but probably across the United States.
Another value of membership is our amicus committee. We have some of the brightest legal minds in the Commonwealth who sit on our amicus committee. These people are relentless advocates. They are amazing writers. They have a fascinating, acute ability to narrow in on the key issues. And we've had a win streak.
A lot of work is done through the Amicus Curiae Committee, and I can tell you from the judges I know, and I know them all, many of them pretty well, they respect the work that the trial lawyers do, because those briefs that are done are well done, and they're fairly done, and they're balanced, and they're honest. And the judges and the justices know that.
It's also really cool to be able to pick up the phone and call many of the lawyers who helped write the statutes that we have to legislate under.
I played a big part in writing the financial responsibility law, including the un- and underinsured sections, the parts of the law that affects medical malpractice cases, part of the law that deals with seatbelts, part of the law that deals with joint and several liability, and how that law integrates with the Comparative Negligence Act, for example.
In the area of litigation, of civil litigation, the Pennsylvania Trial Lawyers Association hold seminars several times a year over every area of the litigation law. I'm always amazed myself at the unselfishness of top trial lawyers in the state and their willingness to give of their time and their preparation and their effort so that we are competent in a courtroom to handle problems in medical mal or auto or any area of litigation.
With PAJ, you now become a member of a 2,000 person law firm with lawyers from across the state, different regions, different experiences, all weighing in and sharing with you, whether it's at meetings, whether it's at retreats, conventions, whether it's at seminars. You're getting the input from some of the leading lawyers across the state on issues and having a really diverse perspective. You also, through the listservs, whether it's auto or medical malpractice or workers' compensation, have access to all those members of your quote-unquote firm from PAJ.
A young woman who was stage 4 breast cancer had been told by her physicians that she had a very short time left to live, called me one day. She had been represented by another law firm, and they had decided they were withdrawing from the case. I didn't have a lot of time, and I knew I needed to take her deposition very quickly because she was only going to continue to fail to the point where I wouldn't have her any longer as a witness. So I called Shane Inspector, who was a friend, and I said, Shannon, I'm in a jam. I need experts. They dropped everything to meet with me to help this poor girl who was an incredible human being. They provided me with the names and CVs of some incredible experts who were willing to get on board, partly, I'm sure, because of Tom and Shannon's help and involvement. We were able to get the case ready for trial. I was able to take her video deposition before she passed, and we were able to provide a remedy for her and for her family after she was gone. Had I not been involved in PAJ, I wouldn't have known Shannon. I wouldn't have had access to people like that. That's one example. It's happened many times since then.
What I really became aware of during my year is how hard you have to fight to protect the interests of the working family. I have no doubt that there'll be no bigger champion going forward today, tomorrow, and always in Harrisburg than the Pennsylvania Association for Justice on behalf of injured workers.
Whether in the courtroom or the Capitol, the Pennsylvania Association for Justice continues to be the sword and the shield for the people of Pennsylvania.